The United States Marine Corps has a legacy of producing great leaders. Now, one former Marine has taken the skills he learned and put them into a book teaching businessmen and women how to become better leaders. This morning, we're joined by Wally Adamchik, author of No Yelling, the 9 Secrets of Marine Corps Leadership You Must Know to Win in Business. Hi, Wally.
Good morning.
Interesting book. Before we start talking about it, let's talk a little bit about your past. What's your experience with the Marines?
Well, when I graduated from the University of Notre Dame, I was a tank officer, driving those big 60-ton tanks with my platoon, and I did that for several years, deployed all over the world. And then I transitioned to aviation, and I flew Cobra attack helicopters, and again, deployed all over the world.
Pretty extensive experience. Now, what drove you to write this book?
Well, as a consultant, my clients were asking, how do you lead? It comes off your lips so easily. Tell us more about it. So basically, it was a response to the demands from my clients, and No Yelling explains how you can take the 9 principles of Marine Corps leadership that I discovered and put them into work into daily business life.
Sure. Now you travel around and you talk to business leaders. What is the message? I take it the title of the book, No Yelling. That's one of your messages, I would imagine.
Well, that came from one of the interviews. I interviewed 100 people for the book, 50 of them, 50 Marines on active duty and 50 former Marines out in the civilian world, and I asked the question, what's leadership? And through those interviews, we got to some of these basic principles, and No Yelling was one of the quotes from one of the interviews, and really it says the bottom line message is that we need to trust and respect those people we're working with in order for them to work with us to accomplish our objectives.
Yeah, and you also have some advice in there for the employees, too, like what do you do if you have to deal with or if you're feeling a little underappreciated, or you're kind of dealing with a rough boss on a daily basis?
Well, communication is such a big deal. I mean, we under-communicate, and we need to do more of it. So if an employee is feeling underappreciated, then the manager or the boss has an obligation to reach out to them. But if the manager or boss isn't doing that, the employee needs to reach out to the boss and understand their objectives and understand the goals of the organization and try to help the boss deliver on those things.
Yeah, don't feel that intimidated where you can't go and talk to your boss. I mean, that's what they're there for.
Exactly.
Okay, now you're in KELO land today talking to the Sales and Marketing Executives International here in Sioux Falls. What message do you want these folks to come away with?
As always, when I talk to a group of leaders, I want them to know that they can do it. Leadership is not a dirty word. It's not a bad thing. It's not something to be shied away from. It's something that they can do. I want them to go to noyelling.net and preview the book. There's parts of every chapter out there, and I want them to put these principles into work for greater success in their workplace.
And maybe buy a book for your boss. Put it in the Christmas stocking, maybe, huh? All right, Wally, thanks for coming in. Good luck with the book, and enjoy your stay in Sioux Falls.
Thanks a lot. Have a great day.
Makes sense.
Yeah, it does. And no more push-ups in the newsroom.
Right, okay.
Draw the line at push-ups in the newsroom.